I have two dogs here from the same family. This is Puppy. He is a poodle mix, and he just got a bath, and I have to finish blow drying him in just a minute, but I am going to wash his friend over here. You stay right there. It's an Australian Shepherd. They're both very well behaved and very calm. He's next for his bath. I have to stop everything real quick and wash this ramp. I've washed it many times, but it's stained. But while I'm thinking about it, I got to do these things or I'm just going to forget. So I'm spraying it off with carpet cleaner and scrubbing it in. Then I'm just going back over it with a rag and wiping it off. And now we can get started with the grooming. Most of the times I wash the dogs first unless their hair is matted. Then they'll have to be shaved first, then they get a bath, and then they get their real hair cut. But this guy, we're putting him right in the bathtub. And he is actually a she. All right, so this guy is a Shih Tzu Poodle, and he's been coming here a long time. I did notice he's been losing weight. Last couple times he's come. I don't know if he has a health problem, but we may see his bones when I take this hair off. I'm just saying. All right, number 7 blade, they just keep him short all year round. Number 7 blade all over, and I'm just going to trim up the tail. I already cleaned my blade, and we are ready.
Express yourself and strengthen yourself. And you don't have it, but energy's flowing that way. That is not your. When you want to grow, you wake up and you realize growth is about me changing. It is not about me changing my environment. It is about my environment changing me. If I want to change, I have to at least work with these energies that react inside of me. Now you get the first step down. As we talked about before, I don't think there's any way to take that step inside until you stop helping with the outside. You have to be moving, like I said, to not even want to be, to be silent when you want to talk, to strong in your impulses, to walk on it. And you get tremendously strong in yourself to realize it's not happening in your own shape. You must take control over these reactive energies that are inside it. So the first step of working with deeper parts inside you is to not go with yourself. Under what situation should you go with yourself?
So I've done the number 7 blade on his body, and now I'm moving around to his tail. I'm going to brush his tail out. course, it's matted. So I'm going to use my thinning sheet. I don't know. He's got a big mat right here. I don't know. I'm just going to cut it short. It might brush out easier if I cut it short. It's got big mats. Dogs, they chew on their tail and they sit on their tail. So most dogs always have mats right here where it's always pressed in and rubbing. But if I like cut the mats in half, they should brush out pretty easy. And they are. He's got a little tumor right here. Maybe that's what he's chewing on. I don't know. Probably doesn't feel it. I don't know. I'm gonna comb it all down. He stays outside a lot. I mean, they like his tail short anyway. I wouldn't cut it off if I thought they wanted it long, but I don't think they care. So we're just going to leave it about an inch left. Just shaving out the pads with his feet with a 30 blade. So his feet will stay nice and clean. Because all the dirt and everything they step in sticks to the hair. And they track it in all over your house, all over your couch, all over your floors, and all over your bed. And they don't even know they're doing it. Getting ready to trim his feet up. Just snipping out this hair from under his arms. All right. Take my comb, pull it all out, because even after I use the blade on his legs, it doesn't get all the hair off. I have to come back with my scissors and still scissor them up. And get my little scissors and trim between his toes. I'm just opening up his toes with my fingers, just spreading them apart so I can scissor between them. And get my curved scissors. They're slightly curved. And then just trim them around. I got your foot. I got your foot. Do you want to see? Let me help you. That's good enough for now. That might help a little bit. Cut his nails. Check for dew claws. He's got a dew claw. I'm going to work my way around and trim up all his feet. I'm going to scoop out the corners of his eyes with a 30 blade, but they're still a little wet in here, so I'm going to take my comb and pull the hair out away from his skin so I don't have to scrape it with the blade. Pull it out, and I'm just going to scoop it out. Shave it out. You know how annoying that might be to be a dog and have all that hair in your eyes all the time, every day? I mean, you can't get it out. It's like it's constantly growing in your eyes. That must be annoying. Now I'm just going to trim up his ears. He's getting short ears. Do the 7 blade on his ears, on his head, on his body. Everything is nice and short. That's what most people like because it lasts longer. People always ask me, well, what do you think? I think shorter lasts longer, personally. Unless it's winter, you know, you can go a little longer, but grooming is so expensive. Nobody wants to come every 6 weeks for their dog's haircut. I mean, if you go really short and you're taking care of them, you can trim their eyes at home. You can go every 3 months. If you brush them, trim their eyes, and if you know how to trim up their potty area, which is kind of tricky to do, but if you can go every 3 months. And comb it all forward. Just trim his brow. Trying to get the hair out of his lips. Snip that off and round off the corners. Excuse me. Excuse me. Just trim it nice and short. This little guy is ready to go, so I am going to spray him with some conditioner, wipe him down with a baby wipe. I'll wipe his eyes out with some water. Some water here. Look at that face. Isn't he cute? He's super cute. You don't need to go home with your face dirty. All right, I'm going to move him around to this side, and I'm going to dress him up. It's October, so we have, is that your collar? We have Halloween. Super cute. We got just fall flowers on the back. Do you like flowers or do you like Halloween? He likes Halloween. This slips over the collar. Hold on, let me get out of the way here. I don't know. This window is causing me problems. Hard to see. Hold on. If I put it on this side, the pole's in the way. Okay, that's better though. We're going to dress you up and we're going to get your friend out because your friend is almost dry. We have to finish drying her real quick. Okay, good job. Super cute. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
I can't believe that I have done it again. I muted the sound. Well, not on purpose. My speaker, I don't know if it's cutting off or if it's just malfunctioning. I don't know what it's doing, but there's no sound in the second part of this video, so I'm going to have to do some voiceovers. I had to do this twice last week. But anyway, I'm just blow drying this girl, brushing her out, getting rid of all the undercoat. I'm using now I'm using a slicker brush, but I was using the pin comb, the pin brush, because it's really gentle. But you kind of have to use both. Okay, so I'm just brushing her chest out and her neck with the slicker brush. The slicker brush seems to pull out more undercoat than the pin brush. The pin brush is more gentle and the teeth in it are further apart. So I just kind of have to use both. It depends on what I'm brushing, what kind of dog I'm brushing, and what part of the body I'm brushing. She's got a couple tangles back here. I got the fan blowing on her just to kind of dry the front of her while I'm working on her back end. And by the time I get back to the front end, her chest should be mostly dry. I'm going to use this mat splitter to brush her back end. It kind of cuts through the mat, so you don't have to pull so hard. It's more gentle than just trying to rip through it with a comb. They're like little razors, and it cuts through the hair. So what I'm doing with her today is I'm just trimming everything up all over. Trimming under her chest and her butt and her legs. Just trimming everything nice and neat. I'm going to use zero comb attachment. But I'm not going to press down hard. I'm just going to kind of skim over it just to take off all the scraggly hairs. I'm just making sure that this brush goes through easily on every part of her body. Okay, zero comb attachment. Actually, it's kind of good that you can't hear because it's rattling really bad and it was really loud. So you should probably be glad that you don't have to listen to this thing. It sounds like a tractor. Look how well behaved this dog is. She deserves lots of treats tonight. Just going to go back over her with the pen brush. Make sure all the hair is thinned out and separated so this zero comb attachment goes through easily. If not, it just jams up. See, like right there. Right there. That's why I really don't like using this length on these kind of dogs, because if there's any undercoat in there, it's just going to jam up and look choppy. See, all that is still in there. So I gotta get all that out before it goes through. Now it goes right through. I spoke too soon. There's another spot right there. Okay, I'm just trimming up her feet. I'm cutting her nails. She's being a little wiggly about this. You can see she's kind of pulling back a little, but she's still good. She's a good dog. Just getting my nail clippers and cutting her nails real quick. I've been warned, her mother does not want to see her private areas. So, I am not shaving her butt. I'm just going to take my chunkers and thin it out. It naturally has a little bald spot there in the back. That's natural. I didn't do that. But I'm not allowed to show any private parts, which I understand. But at the same time, who really wants their dog's poop to stick to their dog's hair? I wouldn't, but hey, it's not my dog. Working my way around to her head, just brushing her chest out. She does have some mats behind her ears, so I'm going to shave that out with my 7 blade. I'm not pressing too hard with this. I am just lightly skimming over it, just enough to take off the scraggly hairs. I don't want to press too hard and cut into the undercoat, because then you will have a chopped up haircut. Okay, after I do all that, I'm going to go back over her with a 7 skip tooth. And I'm just going to skim off all the scraggly hairs. It's hard to get everything the same length, nice and neat. You got to use different things. So I'm using the comb attachment, the 7 skip blade, and then I'm going to go back with my scissors and also trim up whatever is out of place. I'm just going over real lightly to trim off all the scraggly hairs with my 7 skip tooth. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to go back with my scissors and trim up the edges of her ears. And now I'm just blending in the rest of it with my chunkers. I trimmed the top of her ear into a point with the scissors, and now I'm just blending in underneath. We are almost done. I just want to make sure this comb goes through all of her hair easily without snagging up at all. And skimming over it with my 7 skip tooth blade. Just making it nice and neat and even. Sorry guys, I gotta hold her somewhere or she's gonna jump off the table. I can't touch her body because I'm cutting her hair, so I have to hold her face. Alright, we're done. I'm going to spray on some conditioner because a dog can never be too soft. I'm going to brush all this in. And it smells good too, and it's not too strong. Like I don't like a lot of perfume on dogs, and I'm sure they appreciate that because their noses are so sensitive. Yeah, I like something with a light scent. Just gonna wipe her ears out with this cotton ball if I can tear it in half. It doesn't want to tear once you get it wet. Her ears look good inside, so there's nothing in there. So they look good. You wipe the other side out real quick and she will be done. I have a Halloween handmade bow I made. Isn't that cute? It's got glitter and jewels and sparkle. She doesn't even know how cute she is. Okay, everything trimmed up. You can't see her private parts. Her mother will be happy. Nothing is showing. Just nice and blended in. Trimmed up the legs, the feet, her chest. And she is ready.